Hi, this is Group E from Summer 2 session. Our project was about promoting environmental health on campus and in our community. In our group, we have Jill Davison, Katie Garland, Josh Hansen, Casey Ramirez, and Stefan Shen.
Environmental health is a growing concern for our younger generations. Finding ways to promote a healthy environment is a top priority for our communities throughout the United States. Therefore, we built our essential question around how we might be able to promote better environmental health on campus and in the community. For this essential question, students will work with the community partners to find effective ways to help others gain access to helpful resources and learn about tools that can use to improve their local environmental health. By the end of this project, students will be able to associate the values and benefits of environmental health to the everyday needs of their local community within the 5 subject matter goals.
In math, students are going to observe the natural area. They're going to look at variables like how many plastic bottles they find versus a different variable that might be affected by that, by like how many earthworms are there. They're going to take this data, they're going to use Google Sheets to record the data and then analyze it using scatter plots and lines of best fit. Then they're going to propose solutions like, hey, let's clean up some of this trash, or let's ask people to stop throwing their garbage on the ground. And then they're going to come back a little while later and recollect data using their predictions and what they thought could make better and see if they actually made a change. Then they're going to show off the ways that they actually made their environment better and the community fit. In math, we're going to be using all types of 21st century skills. First, we're going to be collaborating. We're going to have group projects, and throughout the process, kids will be working together to problem solve. We're going to use technology. As I mentioned before, we're going to be using Google Sheets, and it's going to allow the kids to really see and communicate problems in the environment and what would happen if you change something and how you can make it better. So they're going to be at the same time using those creative problem solving skills to look at the data and see how could we fix it, and then trying it and seeing again, did we fix it? Did we make it better? What else can we do? And throughout all of this, they're going to be communicating. And so they're going to be communicating using those Google Sheets, which are going to show exactly what's going on. Then they're going to use a presentation tool like Canva or some kind of other presentation to make awesome posters to share at a fair.
All right, so for science, students will research a local environmental health problem in one of the following areas, the air, soil, water, or noise pollution. And in doing so, students will develop a potential solution to their selected issue by representing that solution by creating a poster that will be displayed at the culminating event, which is our environmental health fair. Now, throughout this process, students will partner with local companies or businesses such as the water district, the watershed, the recreational department, as well as the CDFW, which is the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Now, the specific project contribution is pretty much to gear students to start thinking about developing solutions towards environmental health concerns within their community. So in this case, various forms of pollution. Science will be using various 21st century skills. First, we'll be using collaboration. Students will be placed in groups of 4 and will work together to research a specific type of pollution. And as a group, they will decide the types of pollution, provide examples. They'll explain why we should be concerned about that solution to that problem, and also collaborate during the completion of the poster. Through communication, groups will communicate with one another to ensure the research and poster is completed correctly and efficiently. In addition, students will discuss and decide which questions of the parts of the research they will be responsible for. As students research relevant environmental pollution concerns and develop a solution to that issue, they'll be using critical thinking skills. Through the creation of their final poster, innovation and creativity will be used.
For visual arts, students will create a public art installation. They're going to work together with collaborative teams to create a big display that helps bring awareness to the environmental health in their local area. Students will rescue plastic containers from natural habitats and environments in areas where they don't belong and turn them into art. By doing so, they'll have a chance to pick up on many 21st century skills that will be useful later in life, while also bringing awareness to the public about the issue of environmental health in the area and ways we can help improve it. In this project, students will be able to hone in on their 21st century learning skills. Students will use creativity and innovation skills to create a public art installation that will help bring awareness about our local environmental health. Students will also use a wide range of idea creation techniques with various art mediums and resources to communicate their ideas behind their artwork. Students will engage with creative and original ideas to bring awareness to the subject matter. To help develop problem-solving and critical thinking skills, students will demonstrate the ability to revise and improve artwork as needed to communicate their shared theme. Students will also utilize teamwork and collaboration to install the public artwork in a meaningful way for viewers to experience. Working in groups, students will learn real-life skills necessary to work in a collaborative team environment and to effectively communicate new ideas and concepts.
For the history portion of the project, students will learn about the history of water rights disputes and the effect on local communities, such as indigenous, settlers, and farmers. The specific focus will be on the Colorado River. As a class, we will develop a plan for future river distribution and conservation. Students will work in groups to do more focused research on a topic that was covered in class, and the final project will be presented at the culminating event. In their team, students will be required to brainstorm and organize their ideas on a pretty complex topic. They will present their research within the group and to the class. Students will also need to assess government policy and develop their own ideas for improvement. Finally, they will create a display of their final project and present it at the culminating event.
We are now coming to the PE Parks project. For the overall project, in this portion, we wanted the students to go and investigate the nearby park to them and discover what is there for them. This can be equipment, rentals, or just general space. They needed to also find out how they would reserve them or access them, how to use the classes that are available there, CPR, first aid, reserving for a party, something that we will use for a community event, in fact. The students will be responsible in making sure they have all of the paperwork necessary to enjoy some of the events that we are planning for them to have through this project at the aquatic center. This will eventually lead them to help find a way to use the skills they learned in PE to find an activity they may enjoy for a lifetime or for a large portion of their life or even for a small point. Either way, the point is to get them to see the value in having parks that provide these safe recreational places, environments for them to have. For the Parks Project, students will have to work with communication coverage 21st century standards. Digitally, they will have to work with all sorts of pieces of government through electronic means. They will present their project so that other students can see it. They will have to work together, share responsibilities with their individual efforts. They will have to see how the different levels of government work together in order to provide the resources to students. And importantly enough, students will have to figure out ways to improve the system as it is, and they will use that for a good outlet in the project by seeing what resources they left the project.
The culminating event is an 8th grade environmental fair hosted by Sacramento State Aquatic Center. This event has many community partners, including Fish and Wildlife, CAL FIRE, Sacramento State, and the Forest Service. There are also other community members involved from the Chamber of Commerce and other community stakeholders. This is a great day for folks to get involved and learn water safety skills, participate in a river cleanup, and also have lectures from science, math, art classes, as well as history between 10 and 11 and 12 and 1 p.m. You can also see public artwork and recycled artwork in a public display and a public installation that students created. You can get fitted for a professional floating device. There's many things you can do and lots of community members that will be enjoying the environmental fair.
Now that brings us to the end of our project, and we wanted our learners to find a way to deepen the value of our shared spaces, or in other words, the environments that we occupy, whether that's through education or recreation purposes. We hope that through the many projects that they did in order to participate in the grander scheme project, students will come to learn to protect, maintain, and enjoy the created, safe, and healthy environments.
Hi,